This is Double Shot Espresso with life coach Tasneem and Aisha. And our topic today is on insecurity. Seems to be all around us in very many of our relationships. But do we actually know what insecurity is? We will turn it over to our life coach Tasneem for some insight into this. Hello.
Hello. So yes, I feel that I think insecurity is a silent influencer, because if you really reflect into our hearts and souls, I think somewhere we will find that most of us will say that yes, I am insecure about something or the other in our lives, and what that something or the other is, we will definitely talk about all of that. And don't you feel that insecurity is not always loud? It's not something that's in your face, much like some of the other topics that we may have covered. It
Yeah.
doesn't always scream that, hey, I'm scared, or it's not loud, and there's no verbiage to the fact that you have insecurity.
In fact, it can be the quietest person in the room who
Yes.
can be the most secure, and the loudest person in the room who can be the most insecure.
Absolutely. It's like, that small voice inside you which says, don't wear that. You'll stand out too much. Or it's something that says, wait, don't think, don't speak up as yet. People will think you're stupid. Stay quiet. Or,
Hmm.
if you keep a low profile, you'll stay safe. So stay, keep a low profile all your life.
Mhm.
So all of these beliefs that we have formed about ourselves and our identity is somewhere what is shaping our decisions, our choices. Uh, it's just the way we live life.
Mhm.
And I feel that it is often that it makes, it rears its head as self doubt sometimes, there's comparison sometimes, or the need for external validation.
Hmm. So we think less than of ourselves, and in many different areas, right? It can be physical appearance, it can be in our relationships, it can be thanks to, as you said, comparisons, what we see on social media. Is that mindset?
Absolutely. It's absolutely all of that. And the reason that I feel that it's such an important topic, and I'm so glad we're doing it today, is because when you come face to face with it and you start to understand it, you then open up a portal to self growth. Firstly, obviously, to realization, and it can become such a powerful gateway to your authenticity, to accepting your identity. Because, hey, let's face it, none of us are perfect, but because you're living in some false limiting belief situation, if you're robbing yourself of the quality of your life based on your insecurities,
Hmm.
then don't you think that we need to fix that? Because self doubt in disguise of any kind is insecurity. It's that internal voice which has been programmed not by our soul. So we were not born with that insecurity. It is either passed on by our caregivers, parents, loved ones, our experiences, culture.
Hmm.
Culturally, sometimes, we are kind of pick up these beliefs which lead to our insecurity. And then, of course, in today's world, comparison.
Wow. And the one of the major consequences is holding ourselves back,
Absolutely.
because we don't, like you said, we have that self doubt, so we'll never be able to do whatever we set out to do because of this doubt in our minds. Okay, we are just never good enough, we don't look good enough, we don't talk well enough, we don't interact well enough. Log kya kahenge, isn't that a big part of the
Yeah,
whole thing?
yeah. And a lot of times ये जो लोग क्या कहेंगे ना, it gets masked with shyness also. कि ये बहुत
Hmm.
shy है ना, तो वो बहुत डरती है. But डरती है is the where the insecurity lies. It's not shyness. It's the fear of something which is then making you insecure. So it's that need from unmet emotional needs sometimes. So you
Mhm.
need, you probably didn't have enough validation or acceptance or self-worth, which then manifests itself as insecurity growing up. And of course, it wears many outfits. I feel people pleasing is one reason why you're feeding your insecurity, or perfectionism, or jealousy, or complete withdrawal sometimes. So my I think once I read this somewhere, and I hope I get it right, but that was my aha moment, that insecurity is not a flaw in you.
Hmm.
Insecurity is not a flaw in you. It's a residue of someone else's limitation that you mistakenly made your identity.
Oh, wow.
It's a residue of someone else's limitation that you mistakenly made your identity.
That's
Because,
beautifully
yeah,
put.
somewhere you've picked it up and then you've made it your own and it's sunk in as your belief system, and now you hold it true to your identity. So, in fact, I think in conclusion of this first segment, I just like to ask myself, you, and all our listeners this question: is what version of yourself did you abandon in the hope to be accepted by others?
Wow, very deep. Very, very deep. What version of you did you abandon in order to be accepted by others? And how important that is, that acceptability.
Absolutely.
All right. So that should give a great overview as to what insecurity actually is. And we are going to be talking a little bit about how this is manifested and also what you can do about it. All on Double Shot Espresso with Life Coach, the Seam and Aisha on Radio Azad. Do download our Radio Azad iPhone or Android app to listen to